Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, ZiKZ, where I continue to do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of... What is he adjusting his wheel for? He's not actually driving. You're supposed to be in your board animation. You can take your hands off the wheel, you know. Sometimes they'll take a nap. Anyway, I am here at a difficult section, trying to get up through this. That next one there, trying to get up through this area, this valley, to get to this towage height place. Towage height? What is there? I probably have to get stuff through here. I don't think there's a task to make these rocks any less. There might be a better path than the one I took. I went up through this way. Maybe up here, through here is a better way over this rock. I don't know, but I'm not coming back down this way. It would be easier coming back down. I needed a lot of winching to get up here, to get over these rocks. Even the Mastodon needed winching. What time of day is it? Not late enough. It'll be just as dark at 6 a.m. as it is now. I'll wait till it's after 8 p.m. It's dark from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. So I guess it's a little in the summertime, but it's around the solstice, but it's still daylight savings time. Did it have daylight savings time as the Yukon? So it's about the time as it is here when I'm streaming, which is the first week of second week of September. Start of the second week of September, and I don't know what time this is being released. If it's being released after November 1st or not. If it's being released before November 1st, there's still time to watch my, oh, that's it, task completed. Aid thy neighbor. Of course I'm going to accept it. Finally, some fuel. Take your reward too, please. And I did. It was a hard thing, but wasn't that bad. Okay, and this is the task I've already... Oh, this is one I haven't accepted yet. I didn't even see yet. My car recently broke down. My friend Joe just happens to know how to fix it. Will you help tow it there? Of course I will. And I bet it's just taking it right back down to the mountain, isn't it? Not the right thing. Well, yeah, it is the right thing. Because first I'm going to turn off my engine. I know so much fuel. If it's taking it back down where I came, that's okay. Yeah, see, a brand new one. There's only one of these contracts? I have to do tasks to unlock the contracts. Any of these come from up here? No. I know, I'm sure some of these are really difficult. You know, I'm not going to worry about these contracts yet. Where am I? Towage height? Anything go to the towage height? No. And that goes to the sawmill. Not surprised. Okay, but this task then, lost en route. I gotta take, restore the Chevrolet Kodiak. Okay, that's the one that I'm at, right? I have to restore it first. I'm not sure I have enough repair points to restore it with me. Which should be a shame. Bill's house. Vehicle spare parts. It's probably other places to get vehicle spare parts, right? No. That's it. Yes. Oh, there's the Kodiak. So what is up here then? Was that not a vehicle I found up here? What's this thing? This isn't a vehicle I need? Apparently not. Okay, there is a vehicle here. It just went down. What is that? Oh, I got a Chevy Kodiak C70. No, that's not the right one. This vehicle just woke up on me, but it's not showing up on the map. Can I attach a winch to it? I can. Okay. Now it should tell me whether or not I can turn the engine on. This says winch truck. Well, what kind of truck is that? I'm sure I'm going to have to drag this truck down somewhere. I don't know what kind of truck it is, though. I don't recognize it. It doesn't look like a Chevy Kodiak, though. It looks like a Ford, something or other. Let's stop the engine. Let's go to the map. Let's set the time to morning. And now let's look at the tasks. Fallen rocks. These tasks. Well, I may not have found them all. Lost en route. That's the one that I've got. Restore the Kodiak, which is there. Okay. Tow a jet high. Is that where I'm at? No, Chevy. Aha! Start tracking. Delivered to Uncle Show's shack. Exactly where I want to get back to. I knew there was something there for a reason. All right. And it was a Chevy. I was right. It's like the first Chevy you get in the game. Okay, so I accepted that task, so I'm cool there. Come back through here. Now, do I go back through those rocks or do I go over here? It doesn't look like I could go over there, but boy, I'm sure tempted to try. If I get to the edge here and I end up having a YOLO. Now this is where it would be a good idea to do my little cheat, which I'm going to do. I mentioned this in the last episode. If you change maps and you don't have a vehicle nearby, you can reset any crackled up terrain by just going to a different map. So I'm going to actually go to this map. I have to load it though, and there's nothing there I can load. So let's go back to Michigan and go to the garage. A hack that I found out. There's so much depth to this game. Even me, who just does not have a lot of hours in. Well, probably got over 500 hours. Just probably close to 1,000 hours. It doesn't take me so long to do this playthrough. But there's so much depth to the game that even someone that's relatively new to the game like me learns stuff. This I probably picked up from a YouTube video though somewhere. Stuff that even veterans with 5 times, 10 times more experience than me may not know if they haven't come across the same sources of information. So I need to reload that map. So you can load another map, or you can exit back to the main menu and then come back in. But I'm not going to actually go anywhere. I'm just going to reload this map, go back to the ZiKZ that I was at, which is up here, right? And now we'll reload the map, and now all that crackly ice will, I mean, the crackle part will still be there, but I'm pretty sure I'm far enough away that it won't be broken up. Which will make it a little easier to get through, especially if I had a smaller vehicle, which of course I don't have. I have a large vehicle I'm taking with me. Hold on a second. Thank goodness for a cough switch. All right, so can I get this vehicle is probably too heavy for me to get loaded up in this truck. I can try. It may just be a waste of fuel, but I can try. I'll probably have to tow it. In fact, it's not really worth just going down the hill. Probably not worth trying to get it in here, but of course I'm going to try. I think this vehicle is too heavy. I think I can get like a little con loaf or something, you know, but I don't think I can get this vehicle in here. I think it's too heavy. Now, if I can attach directly to the back is what I would need to do. Frame, anchors, frame. I can attach directly to the back. It still may be too much for this crane though. Let's get around this way. Get up nice and high as I can get it. Give it just enough room so I can rotate it. Go back to here. Nope, not there. There. This might work. It's pretty big. It's heavier, but may not even be as heavy as that fuel tank, to be honest. A little bit more so I can rotate. Okay, I'm going to have to start rotating it now because it's rubbing up against the... Is it rotating? It's a little long. A little closer. Okay, now I can definitely rotate it. Okay, I want to rotate it. I started rotating it that way. I want to rotate it around so that it's facing away from me, which is slowly doing. Is it going to clear? Do I have to lower it? So I'm going to have to lower it a little bit. Now I should have the clearance to rotate it. There's no reason to do this. I could just winch it. Now let's pull it up a little. See how straight I can get it. I showed this off last time with the fuel carrier trailer. I need to move it a bit to the side. If I start to move it to the side, it's going to... bad things are going to happen. Okay, I did move it off to the side a little just because I had to. Okay. Now the tires are on it, which is good. So now I can lower... yes, lower the winch, lower the winch, lower the winch. Okay, now I can let out the winch. I'm sorry, lower the crane. Now I can let out the winch, let out the winch, let out the winch, let out the winch. Don't let the tires catch on the back. And it's in. And that's how you do it. I actually did that easier than the fuel truck because I had it lined up better. Slow the crane. And pack the cargo. Ta-da! Now, with the American winch, you can do that without even thinking about it because you can manipulate the winch around. But with the Russian crane is a lot weaker. I'm sorry, with the American crane, you can manipulate the crane around because it's much stronger, the yellow crane. But with the blue Russian crane, you cannot count on the crane getting it in position. You have to use the winch to lift it. Because if you try to lift with the American crane, you'll be able to lift a pretty heavy thing. If you try to lift with the Russian crane, the crane will just collapse. But you can lift with the winch that's attached to the crane, because the winch is mightier than the crane. Okay, now we'll see if I regret trying to go over that big rock. I might get to the edge of the rock and it's a sheer cliff. I might have to YOLO it or winch somewhere ahead of me. But we'll see. I am willing to risk disaster because if nothing else, I'll get this vehicle closer to where it needs to go. Close enough that if I have to recover this truck, does this vehicle have any fuel in it? It does not, does it? Oh, I'd have to unpack it to find out. Okay. Oh, I do have to recover it before I deliver it. Wait, no, this is the wrong one. What's the thing I'm working on? Stop the engine. I found the task I wanted, but then I didn't make it active. This is delivering the Chevy. Wait, lost en route is not the right one, is it? Yeah, no, that's the wrong one. Which one is it? Abandoned truck? No. Or maybe. Towage at height? That's the one, towage at height. Yes. Okay, start tracking that one. All right. Oh, and that's the one that was here, towage at height. Okay, well that makes sense. The thing is there. I read it, I activated it, but then I had the wrong one highlighted. I didn't say track it. All right, and then I need to get it to... no. Wait, what? Yes, I need to deliver it there. Why does it keep doing the other one? Okay, anyway. I'm going to try to get over those rocks and then just go along the ice. And it needs to be delivered back at the trailer store where I can get more fuel. And somewhere along here, there's a trail. I think comes up through here, something like that. Okay. And I do have this path set, so it's going to go over these this big rock, which might prove to be an issue. And I just have to deliver it. I don't have to restore it. If I need to steal fuel from it, I can. Okay. This is unnecessary, but it might prove to be fun. So I'm going around this side of the rocks, which is going to avoid the craggly rock, the whole path of rocks that are there in the way. Rather than going around all those loose rocks, I'm going to go around this rock. Well, sure. Just to get me headed in the right direction. All right, that's fine. This may prove to be a complete disaster, or it may prove to be a genius move. I'm more likely to experience disaster, I think. I can't really get up on that rock, and I've got a big rock here. I think it may prove to be neither a genius move nor a complete disaster, but disaster nonetheless. What size tree is that? That's a small tree. But, you know, variety is the spice of life. Back up a little. Go in this direction. Back up a little more. Not sure what I'm stuck on. And there we go. Look at that. I avoided all of that horrible rock-infested area there by going around the big rock, and it was still horrible. I still needed a winch, but I only needed a winch twice. Now, if I'm going back up, would I go that way? I don't know. Probably not. Going down, I don't think that's the way to go, because I think you can get over those craggly rocks easier going down, but maybe not, those loose rocks. And going up that may not be the way to go, because even though getting over the craggly rocks is tough, I think getting up around through that path, going up, may be more difficult as well than going down. So which one's easier? It's hard to say. Okay, and now you notice all that crackly snow that I had dug up, it's not dug up anymore. It will get dug up now, but it's all been reset because I reset the map. And as much as possible, I'm trying to stay away from the ice. I need another drink. I'm drinking clear soda today. Can I say what brand of clear soda? I don't think that's contentious. I'm drinking Sprite. I never say what brand of cola I'm drinking. In fact, I wanted to do that as a joke. 4 topics we don't discuss on this channel. We don't discuss politics, partisan politics at least. We don't discuss religion, secular or sectarian religion specifically. We don't discuss, am I supposed to go that way? Is that where the road is? I think I'm supposed to go that way, not even through the ice. And we also don't discuss Coke versus Pepsi or Ford versus Chevy. Those are the topics we don't discuss. And the last 2 are jokes. But I was thinking about putting in my filter list. I have a filter list where if you try to ask me things like how many followers you have, the message won't even go through. And in fact, I won't even see the message. Can I go that way? I'm going to experiment going this way. See if it takes me where I want to go. I do not have, as a joke, I'm thinking about putting the words Coke and Pepsi and Ford and Chevy in that list, but not as automatic rejections, but as for a monitor, you know. I don't even see, if you ask me things about followers or subscribers, I don't even see those messages because those are filtered out automatically. What are called privately, even I don't see it. But there are some, I can set up some filters that are for review, for approval. So only I'll see them. So if somebody asks about Coke, Pepsi, Ford, or Chevy, I'll see the message, but it won't appear on screen. No one else will see the message. And so I'll see it and then I can jokingly reply, like, I'm sorry, brother or sister, but we don't talk about controversial topics here. I think that would be a good joke, but I don't have it. I should set up a few of those. But the reason for having words like followers and subscribers in my automatic suppressed message list is because that's what the bots do. The bots will come on and say, looking for followers? Go to, bigfollows.com or something. I think that's just one of the websites. So, or they won't have the whole website because that might get suppressed, but they'll have, like spaces between the dot and the com, whatever. I was watching a stream and somebody just came in and said something really stupid, and for that reason I have what appears on screen. I have a extra delay. The stream is, what you hear is 20 seconds delayed anyway. I cannot respond to your message in less than 20 seconds, even if I see it on my chat thing, because I have a 20-second latency, and I can't remove that. I can't use low latency mode, but I have an extra amount of time before it appears on the screen that goes to YouTube, because if somebody says something offensive, I need extra time to time them out and then delete them so that the message doesn't appear. One time I warned the person too. I knew they were going to tell a joke that would be offensive, because they gave the setup, and I told them specifically, don't say that joke here, and they did anyway. And this was before I had the extra delay, so yeah, I had to actually go into the download and blur that out, which made me so angry. But now I got that long delay, so I can just, if you time somebody out, it immediately erases the message, so then it doesn't appear on the thing. So I've got a quick command that'll time them out for a short period of time, and then I can time them out longer if I want, or just lecture them. But if you see me respond to a comment, if you're watching on YouTube and you see me respond to a comment before you actually see the comment appear on the screen, that just means I've read the comment off of the chat list that appears on Twitch and actually saw it within the 30 seconds or whatever extra delay I have. So if you hear me respond to somebody, like I say, hey, so-and-so, how you doing? And then 10 seconds later, you see the, hi, whatever, hi, roll cage. You'll know why I'm responding. Anyway, great. Thanks, Took. Excuse me. Great. Thanks, Took, for your help. I'm Took, by the way. My driver's Took here in Yukon. Here's a little token of my gratitude. And I will accept it. That's actually quite a bit of money for not a difficult task. Since I was up there anyway, not a difficult task. While I'm here, though, I am going to get more fuel, and I do need repairs, get some repairs. And now I'm not sure what to do after this. I have no plan. So, stop the engine. And how do I get more fuel? Well, it's easy. I'm playing on easy mode, which means I can just buy a trailer that will repair me. Maintenance trailer. That's what I want. And repairs. Make sure I get them from the maintenance trailer. Yes. Repair everything. Anything else need repair? The Wrangler does not need repair. And I can't restore the repair supplies and everything, even though there is a place to do that here. And while I'm at it, I will also get fuel from the maintenance trailer. Oh, and look at that. It actually, no, it's saying the source is the Jeep Wrangler. Why? I've got a maintenance trailer that's fuel. Why would you assume? That's a source of a small bit of irritation, not a large bit of irritation. All right. And I can just sell it right back, because you can sell back trailers. Part of my 100% is also recovering all the trailers and taking them back and selling them. I have, so far, 5,780,871 buckaroonies. I should get maybe 20 million by the time this is all done. Oh, more than that. There's 23 regions. Now, I sold a bunch of vehicles to start with, because I have all the paid DLC vehicles, and the ones I didn't want, I just sold. And any vehicles I find on the map, I sell, but there'll be other vehicles I'll find on the other maps. But even if we say I sold $1 million worth of DLC vehicles, I then bought one extra one. This is only my 5th region. I've got 5 million. So there's 23 regions total. Thankfully, in case you haven't heard by now, the Year 5 Pass did come out. So I should be able to get 20 million buckaroonies by the time all is said and done. I'll be very happy with that. Haven't done any contracts. I've done a few tasks. I found one. Have I found any of these trucks yet? Oh no, these are the trucks I have. Okay. This one I don't. Okay, these are ones I have. No, I found. Why is the icon different? This is on a different map. No, this is my map. Okay, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine. No, that's mine. This is mine. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 2 of those. So there's the Dawn, which I Haven't found yet. Did I find these? These must be ones that, no, wait. These two are in storage because they're ones that I bought. Okay, they're ones that I bought. I might add them to my fleet. One of these is really good at recovering. I have one more slot to add one more to my fleet, and these are paid DLC vehicles. And the Brigadier I made yellow, and this one should be showing orange. Why isn't it showing orange, the Jeep Wrangler? So I did make a custom color on it. Anyway, I did one contest. There's two more contests on Floated Hill. Oh, I know what those two are. They're down by the swampy area. All right. Oh, wait. Let me go to achievements. I'm wasting time now, but let me go to achievements. Which one is... Which one is the one with the pumpkins? Or is that just a... there's one with pumpkins. Maybe it's a hidden one. That is... here it is. Smash 500 pumpkins. 47%. I got to go back to Tamir, and you know how I said it resets the terrain? There's a nice patch in Tamir. One of these days, I'll spend an hour going back to Tamir, or if I find another place that has a big pumpkin patch. But I should have done this before I finished Tamir. Go back to Tamir, run over all the pumpkins that are there, drive a little bit farther away, switch to a different map, come back to that map, go back to the pumpkin patch, run over all the pumpkins again, just to get this 500 pumpkins. In the original game, in MudRunner, I don't know about Spintires, but in MudRunner, you only had to drive over like 50 pumpkins, and it was a cool joke achievement you can get. In this game, you have to drive over 500 of them. I'm not even halfway done yet. Okay, let's actually do something else. Okay, I've seen that vehicle. Oh, there's vehicles I haven't even seen here? Okay, I scouted everything. This must be the only vehicle on this map, because it would be gray, right? If I scouted it, but I haven't gotten close enough to it. These are all mine. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to this. It's under trucks. I haven't found the Don 71. That's in the next map. Those are in my garage. These are my garage. No, those are in storage. That's here, that's here. So it's just the Don 71 that's in Bellenden Bay, but that's not right. Because I have the Kodak. I'm a little worried there might be other trucks that I haven't found, and I'm not sure how I can find them. They should be on the map, even though they may not be on my list yet. like this truck, but I know this truck is, well, that's a maintenance trailer. I know there's a truck that's like disassembled that I got to reassemble. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. There's a dump truck for a dump truck, and there's a truck here, or a truck near the garage that I get once I do that. Anyway, I'm sure I'm going to find all the trucks, and there is a way to find out. And I thought that was the way to find out. I don't know. Free trucks that are just on the map that are not part of a task. Now this Chevy Kodak, I think, is part of a task, though, is it not? Can't switch to it. It's saying it needs repairs. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to see if I've unlocked all of the tasks, at least the ones that are on my map, which should be all of them unless one opens up from a contract. So, Fallen Rocks. Is that on my map? Fallen Rocks. Okay. I shouldn't have done it that way. Okay, Fallen Rocks. And I do have Fallen Rocks. Abandoned truck. And I do... Whoops, abandoned truck. Abandoned truck. A few places where I can get abandoned truck. A few places where I can get abandoned truck. Am I anywhere near there with anything? No. Not really. It's through the sawmill. Well, I'll mark it regardless. No, that's the sawmill. Why is this not? Okay. Abandoned truck. There. Abandoned truck. I'll mark that too, because that's easier. I'm going to go around to all the places that are not on my list. Not sure what order. Abandoned trailers, the next one I have that on my list. Uphill delivery. That's on my list. Down. I know it's not going to be on my list because I actually finished it. And I can verify that by going here. Yes. Down I've done. And that's the only one I've done. This is going to take me to the end of the episode, I think. Just marking all these things. Okay. So, down I've done. Short ride. Have I even found that one? Yes. And long ride. Okay. Lonely Island. Have I activated that one? I have activated that one. Flood Aftermath. Have I activated that one? No, I have not. Okay. So that's near another one I wanted to get to. So, well, kind of on the way. And the Hercules is probably going to be the one to do this. Lost en route. I've done that. Support the meteorologist. I think I've unlocked that one. Yes. Dump truck for a dump truck. I know I've unlocked that one. Fallen Rocks. I think I've unlocked that one. So the only ones I haven't unlocked is Flood Aftermath and Abandoned Truck. And one place. Oh, I marked both of those, right? I didn't mark that one. Okay. So that's the one to stay marked. This one I can get rid of. Okay. Because now I have this upgrade, Abandoned Truck, and Flood Aftermath to do. Not necessarily in that order, but almost certainly not in that order. And then I'll have all of them found. So let's go up to the Hercules, which I think is out. The Hercules is out. I will go to the Hercules, and then I will go back to the garage, because the garage is the fastest way to get there. I think. Oh, what's the best way of getting to this island area? Ah, there's a thing there. And yes, it is fast to get through us. So let's go to the Hercules. Let's recover it. And leave the garage, because I might as well. Turn my lights on, because I don't take any fuel. And now I want to get to these three places. That's the last three things I have to scout. And I will not do them in that order. Will I? No. I will... I will do them in that order. More or less. Actually, maybe a slightly different order, because I will come out of the garage, come out of here, and I think this is going to be it. Once I mark all this path, that's going to be it. Actually, I'm going to do those in a slightly different way. No, I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. I'll pick up those two around the same time. It's a long drive, but it's not as long drive as for any other vehicle that I have out. And this vehicle is no closer. And I want to keep the Wrangler near that trailer park, because that is some place where I might take trailers that are left on the map. It's a long way, but it's not that long. I'm driving a very capable vehicle. A lot faster than the ZiKZ. So it might be, it's going to be a little slower over some of these muddy areas, but it'll get through the muddy areas. And I think there's fuel on the way, but there may be some way, some ford I can get across, but I'm not going to risk it. I miss messages a lot. I'm staying on this side of the pipeline, which there may be ways to duck under the pipeline. I don't know. One thing that I was reminded of, and I learned this lesson from Alaska as well, don't fix the pipelines until you absolutely need to, because fixing the pipelines will sometimes take away paths from you. And so you end up having to go much farther around to get to them. What is the way to go through there? I think the path is here. And yeah, I might as well do this one first since I have to get to both of them anyway. And to get to that one, come back over here. And go there. And then what? Go back to get to that bridge. It didn't matter which one of these I did first. I'd have to double back regardless, so I didn't feel like changing the order of these things. And yes, I take a long time doing this. And for some people, that'll drive them crazy if they're already familiar with the map. I am not familiar with the map. Plus, anyone who wants to follow what I'm doing, if they're also not familiar with the map, it won't drive them crazy. They'll appreciate the fact that I'm actually showing them the road and not just driving along and they can't follow because, oh, he made a left at a tree. What tree did he make a left at? I don't know. It's it's one of my pet peeves when people say they're going to show you how to do something and then they don't show you it on the map how they're doing it. And I have no idea what tree they're going by. Okay. Try to zoom in on here. That's my path. Take your screenshots now. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a break. If you're watching on YouTube, so don't go anywhere. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is almost always 6 p.m. in the UK and almost never 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand, but it's plus or minus an hour depending on daylight savings time and the time of year. So, Twitch, once again, stick around. YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching, and I'll see you then.